Hey, what's up guys? In today's video, we're going to be going over some interesting PlayStation news. The first topic in the video is about how PlayStation has reportedly established a new game preservation team. Reading from PlayStation Universe, Sony's PlayStation division has established a game preservation team, according to Garrett Fredley, a former Kabam engineer who has joined the console maker as a senior build engineer. Quote, "Today is my first day as a senior build engineer for PlayStation, working as one of their initial hires for the newly created preservation team. Game preservation was my first career passion. It was my first foray into the world of software engineering / DevOps and into a world that so many are unaware of. I was just a novice back then, contributing any way I could regardless of my inexperience. Now I'm back to it, no longer the novice I once was. Thank you, Mike Bishop and the team, for bringing me on board for this adventure. Let's go and ensure our industry's history isn't forgotten," unquote. Sony has been criticized for its lack of effort in game preservation in the past, given that it originally planned to shut the PSP, PS3, and PS Vita stores. However, thanks to fan outcry, the format holder decided to keep all but the PSP store operational last summer. Looking ahead, Sony is launching a new PS Plus service in June that will offer a range of retro games as part of its most expensive tier, which at least is a step in the right direction as far as game preservation is concerned. So yeah, I mean, this has to be good news, right, for those of you who want Sony to do a better job as far as preserving the older generations, which, I mean, I'm in that camp as well. I mean, I do want Sony to actually care about their older games. I'm not saying every single older game has to come back and it has to be like a remake or a remaster. Like, I'm not saying that. I just want to be able to play it on the PS5. Even if it looks the exact same, like I really wouldn't care. I just want to play it, especially the PS3 generation, which Sony has really dropped the ball. And you've only been able to stream PS3 games like on PlayStation Now. And Sony has always came out and said that it is extremely hard to emulate the PS3, which, I mean, I do understand that and I do believe when they say that. But at the same time, it also proves that Sony doesn't really care, or at least they didn't used to care about emulation for the PS3 and stuff like that. I've said this before, there was a group of people on the PC that were able to run an emulator to where they could play PS3 games on the PC. So I'm pretty sure if a bunch of random guys can do that, then I'm pretty sure that Sony can afford and they're smart enough to be able to do that. And it seems like apparently they might be doing it now because they're creating this new whole entire team that's just dedicated to preserving games. Now, I don't know if this is for every generation or if this is just for PS3. Hopefully this involves emulation and not like streaming and stuff, because that just wouldn't make any sense, because streaming already exists for like PS3 games and stuff like that. But what do you guys think? Down below, let me know how you feel about Sony creating this new game preservation team. Moving on to the next topic in the video, we're going to be going over a new update regarding the PlayStation Plus Premium tier. Reading from PlayStation Universe, time-limited trials reportedly required for PS4, PS5 games over $34 for PS Plus Premium tier. According to a report on Game Developer, Sony's upcoming PlayStation Plus Premium tier will require studios who are working games priced $34 and above across PS4 and PS5 to have a time-limited trial of at least 2 hours in length. Citing an update to the PlayStation Developer Portal, the website added that the trial requirement is not applicable to PSVR games or titles priced under $34. Reportedly, game developers will have up to 3 months after their titles have rolled out to launch a time trial, which is required to be available for at least 1 year. Sony is also considering releasing custom game demos in favor of time-limited trials, which will be approved on a case-by-case basis. The PS Plus Premium tier will launch as part of the newly revamped PS Plus service this June and will offer everything PS Now and the current PS Plus includes, as well as a wealth of retro games spanning PS1, PS2, PS3, and PSP. So yeah, this is actually really awesome from Sony if this actually ends up being true. Now, there is one thing that I'm confused with, but I'll get to that later. Now, this whole game trial thing, it is very pro-consumer because there are a lot of people, and I don't blame them, even back when full price games were $60, let alone $70 now, like that's a lot of money for a single game. And especially for people that like maybe they see a reveal trailer for something and they're like, oh, that looks kind of cool, but I'm not really sold on it. And then it's like, well, if you want to even have a chance of seeing whether or not you like it, go ahead and give us $70 for it, or 60. And a lot of people, which I mean, unless you're like Elon Musk, $70 for a single game is pretty expensive. So I am all for these time trials or game demos to give people a chance, like, if this game that you think looks cool that's about to come out and you don't want to pay $70 for it, you can sign up for PlayStation Plus Premium, which is like 15, 18, $20 a month. So you just give us that one-time payment, and then you can play that new game for like 2 hours or whatever, and you can decide whether or not you want to go out and actually buy the game yourself and own like the game from beginning to end. And apparently whenever studios develop games with the PS4 or PS5, if the price is over $34, they're going to be required to have like a time demo or something like that, or trial. Now I'm kind of confused. I don't think this applies to PlayStation Studios. That wouldn't really make any sense. I think it might be like lower level developers that are wanting to put their games on PlayStation, like smaller indie stuff maybe, because the price says $34, and obviously everything coming from PlayStation Studios is obviously going to be over $34. So does that mean like with God of War Ragnarok, is there going to be a like 2-hour trial that you can check out, or is this only for like lower level studios? Now I know in the article it says like Sony will look at this and take it case by case, so I'm assuming that's what they're doing. So games coming from like Insomniac and Naughty Dog and Guerrilla Games and studios like that, I don't think this really will pertain to them. I just think it might be studios that are not as known, like indie studios and stuff like that. But what do you guys think? Down below, let me know how you feel about this report that Sony is actually requiring that developers have to put a game trial on their games. Moving on to the final topic in the video, we're going to be going over an update regarding Insomniac Games. Reading from PlayStation Universe, Insomniac Games confirms all its PS5 games now support VRR. Insomniac Games has revealed in a post on its official website that all of its PS5 games will add support for VRR, or variable refresh rate, via an update today. Spider-Man Remastered is just one of the games that now support VRR, thanks to the most recent title update. The official blurb from Insomniac Games read as follows. Quote, all of our PS5 titles support VRR as of today, with the latest game and system updates. Because our titles are already built to have very stable frame rates, the main effect of the VRR system setting will be to slightly increase dynamic image resolution targets. However, if your TV also supports 120Hz high frame rate input and the 120Hz display mode option is active along with VRR, you will get a variable uncapped frame rate that can exceed your chosen graphics mode's 30 or 60 FPS target by 50% or more, depending on gameplay, unquote. So yeah, I mean, I just have to give a major props to Insomniac Games, because so far in this PS5 generation, they are by far the best developer, the best studio. Now I know obviously Naughty Dog is my favorite developer and they are the best, but we haven't got anything from them yet, and we haven't gotten anything from Santa Monica yet. But the fact that Insomniac has already released Spider-Man Miles Morales, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, and they're going to be releasing Spider-Man 2 next year, and then probably 2024's Wolverine, and now Sony is dropping this VR update for the PS5 sometime this week, and Insomniac Games, like all of their PS5 games already have been patched. Like, that's insane. Like Insomniac, like I don't know how many people work at Insomniac Games, but it must be like thousands. It's probably not, but the fact that they can just keep pumping out games like every year, every other year, like full-blown AAA games, like it's insane. I am so glad that Sony bought Insomniac when they did, because Insomniac is just absolutely insane, and I can't wait to see what they're going to do going forward with Spider-Man 2 and just the future of PlayStation. But what do you guys think? Down below, let me know how you feel about Insomniac Games already giving updates to all of its PS5 games to support VRR, and do your TVs even support variable refresh rate? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed it or found it informative, drop it a like and consider subscribing if you're new by turning on the post notification bell so you don't miss my next upload. Until next time, guys, take care.